Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This channel is called Parenting Organically, and my name is Charlotte Prinky. I created this channel because I am really passionate about education. I've learned over the years when you know better, you do better. And I've been on a journey the last several years to live a more healthy lifestyle. And throughout my experience as a mom, I've learned a lot of tips and tricks on how to just live a little happier and healthier. And so if I can impart any of that onto you guys and you can learn a few things from me, that makes my heart happy. Ultimately, I love mentoring moms, especially first-time moms. Parenting is really challenging and you just can't prepare for what it's like to be a mom. And although my journey's been a little bit different getting there, it's still pretty much the same. And so that is my heart's desire for this channel, that as you click on a few videos that you can learn something. I always say if I went to a conference or a meeting and I learned at least one thing, it was worth my time. So I hope you can find something that helps you out. So a little bit about me. I've been married for 25 years. I have 5 children. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. My goal and my plan, I had all these plans, were to have 2 children biologically and adopt 2 children. And I married somebody that was super on board with adopting right from the beginning. In fact, we both wanted to before we met each other. And so I ended up teaching. I wanted to teach as well, so I went to school. I got a master's degree, certificate in special education, and I started teaching for several years. And then we started trying to have a family, and that didn't work out so well initially. And so we decided to pursue adoption. And over time, we were matched with a little boy from the foster care system. Sweet little thing. He was 19 months old, and we brought him into our home, and we were able to adopt him within a year. And he is just darling. Of course, he's not so darling anymore. He's almost 6 foot tall. He's 20, and he's just a delight. But all of my children, in one way or another, are also a challenge. So it's been fun. But after we brought him home, I ended up going through in vitro, and I had another little boy. And then 18 months later, I got pregnant, surprise, with another boy. And so we had now 3 boys, and I desperately wanted a girl, and I said, forget pregnancy. It did not agree with me. It was awful for the most part. And so we just wanted to adopt more. So we went back on the list for FostAdopt, and we brought home a baby girl. And she was a preemie, and we had her for an entire year. And then she was reunited with her mom, and that was, of course, difficult and challenging. We knew it was the right thing, and we prayed that she went on to have the best life she could, but it was really tough for our family. But when we felt comfortable, we went on and we brought home another baby girl. She was safely surrendered, and we were able to adopt her within 9 months. It was super easy and fast. So as crazy as we are, we decided to do it one more time. And I told my husband, this is it, only one more time. And it's either gonna work out or it's not. And again, we got a call about a safe surrender baby, and she was at a fire station. And so we brought her home, and we had her for 2 weeks. And at the last minute, her mom changed her mind and decided that she wanted her back. And that turned into a long, long process. And so at 3 months old, we said goodbye to her forever, and that was, of course, very difficult. But a year later, we got a phone call. I got a phone call, and it said, she's now up for adoption. Would you like her back? And there's a lot of details in there. It's a long story. It's just a beautiful story of redemption and just how our family became complete. But we brought her back home, and we were able to finalize her adoption a year later. And so now we have 5 children. And I like to say I have 3 big boys and 2 little girls. My boys are now 20, 17, and 15, and my girls are 10 and 8. And so I ended up with 3 adopted and 2 bio, but it's been such a blessing. I love it. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not gonna lie, it's overwhelming and it is difficult. And so it's been a process. You know, I hit a point in my life where I got really depressed, and I didn't know who I was anymore. I wanted to do something outside of being mom. And so I'd lost all my joy. And so I had to look really deep down inside and say, what can I do to bring joy back into my life? Because being a mom wasn't it anymore. So I started pursuing teaching again. I knew I loved teaching. I knew I didn't want to go back to the classroom, but that was something I'm good at. And I also love birth. When I got pregnant, my friend told me about this natural childbirth education class, and I took that. I loved every minute of it. And again, I love education. I'm passionate about that. And so I thought back, and I ended up having 2 deliveries with no medication or interventions. And so I got certified to teach the Bradley Method. And I have been teaching childbirth classes now for over 5 years, and I really love it. I love seeing couples come in and take this class together, learn to support each other, and learn all about how our bodies work and how we can make labor and delivery easier and faster. And so over the last couple of years, I've branched out. I'm now a labor doula, I'm a postpartum doula, and I'm a bereavement doula. And I am just loving all things birth related. I'm passionate about breastfeeding and helping moms manage the challenges of that as well. And so my plan for this channel is to help educate you about birth and all things related in that. Also to branch out into parenting and learning some tips and tricks with that. And also learning to live a lifestyle of being more frugal. When you want to be a stay-at-home mom, it really usually requires sacrifice, and it's a challenge. And I was able to master that a lot of the times because we lived on a single, self-employed, unsteady income, and it was a challenge. But I learned to pinch pennies, and I never felt, other than the fact that we never really took a lot of vacations, I never really felt like I had to sacrifice much. We had plenty of clothes and we had food and things. And I got really creative at enjoying experiences that were free or really cheap. And so if I can pass on some of those things to you and help you stay home if you want to and quit that job, or just save some money to then pay off some debt and things like that. We're now at a point in our life where we're debt free, and it's been a journey. We have actually increased our expenses with a kid in college and all those kinds of things, but we have some breathing room, and it's been a journey. And if I can help any mom out there learns from some of the mistakes that we made, and impart a little bit of my wisdom and experiences that makes life a little bit easier, then I'm happy to do that. I've learned that I want to live a more healthy lifestyle, and so we're eliminating a lot of the toxins in our home. We use essential oils now, and I'm super passionate about that, and about just being overall conscious of what we're exposing ourselves to and what we're consuming. It's a journey, it's not easy, but I just kind of take it one day at a time, sometimes one product at a time, and that's my goal. And I love to DIY things. If I can take a great item and create it in my own recipe that's gonna save me money but still be healthy, that makes me happy. And so I will be sharing some recipes and things that I have spent many, many hours on trial and error. And so I hope that you can find some things that you enjoy and learn from through my channel, Parenting Organically. Thanks for watching. Bye.